Hey guys, Night here, and we are back with some more Hoi4, where we are playing the Old World Blues Fallout mod. So I am recording this episode after the previous one, where we took on Caesar's Legion. I just pretty much had some lunch and was like, you know what, I still feel pretty good. Let's actually kind of keep recording. But yeah, so we ended up defeating Caesar's Legion, and pretty much like took over most of Mexico. And now we are fighting this one little faction here and kind of getting rid of them. We did take the national focus to where we can get annex war goals against everybody. So that's nice. We don't have to just go off of our decision tree and trying to do that. So that's actually wonderful. Now the question is, do they, because I didn't look to see if they actually run out. They do not. Okay, so these are permanent annex war goals. That is actually really, really nice. So yeah, we're going to look at defeating this faction, getting rid of a lot of these guys, cleaning up this left side, and then start to move right. We are going to start, we're going to do a lot of our other national focuses, though, too, like rebuilding Navarro and stuff, because I want to see what kind of options we get out of this. Operation Command. I might do Operations Commands first, because I want to see if we can actually get nukes. I see the nuclear question here, which there's nuclear disarmament and then maintain the nukes, which is absolutely crazy. But first I want to be able to actually make my ships and make my, God, what's it called? Aircraft carrier, because we do have a decision to take out the main pirate guy, but to be able to do that, we do need an aircraft carrier to do it. So yeah, we will pretty much be handling that. Let's start this war against these guys down here. Or well, I'll say start, but let's just get this started up. Oh god, okay. White Sands at Fort Wingate. So recommissioned by the army to act in the defense of Los Alamos. Fort Wingate served home to the Missile Defense Agency for some time before it was closed down and funds moved to somewhere elsewhere. When it was determined that defending against missiles was better suited to the private market. Don't believe us? Look at Vegas. It seems some contractors who knew the end of the world was coming managed to get the systems up and running and spared the fort the ravages of nuclear Armageddon. However, that didn't stop radiation and the cruelty of an irradiated Mother Nature. Left to rot over all these years, we found the base windswept and derelict. Hardly anything left aside a few buildings and remains of the defense laser. The Army Corps has spent their time restoring and rebuilding the barracks and command buildings, bringing the base to full... Okay, so this is just one of the base ones, yeah. So we're not going to read all of these Army base ones unless it's like specifically Enclave ones. Ooh, that was kind of lag there. Okay, Alexa, yeah, we're just gonna sweep across that. God, I really hate fighting through these mountains. It's great if you're defending them. It's horrible if you're attacking them. That's for sure. One thing I hate is this faction shares the same color as us, so it's like rough actually seeing which area is mine and which area is theirs. I think we have most of our naval stuff researched, right? No, we do not. Okay, let's push over to this, because I want all of my naval tech to be good to go whenever I actually go to look at it.
Who the hell is this?
I want you to push this way with that power armor.
Enclave here.
Oh, I like how they're actually pushing through this. Oh. Okay, so we defeated Dead Horse. That's more economic resurgence. Go and meet up here.
This? The president?
Nice, so who was that? That was Ouroboros who fell. So realistically, the only ones we really have left is this one over here. Which we are dealing with slowly. There goes Crazy Horns. So now it's mostly just cleanup of Diana and then what's left over here. Hank McLean lynched. Oh, well, not really. We got word of a man matching his description near the hub. However, by the time we got there an angry mob has formed, and the person claimed to be Hank McLean was hanging from a unused light pole. However, when the marshals got him down, it was discovered not to be Hank McLean, but instead a drifter who matched his description, which means an innocent man just got hung because he looked like the guy. We did manage to apprehend those who ordered the man hanged, as they were eager to collect the reward for capturing, in quotations, Hank McLean. However, when they were informed that not only was this the wrong man, but that they were being arrested for third-degree murder, they were less enthusiastic about it. Yep.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Yep, just keep pushing. And it looks like the forces that I had up there.
Enclave here.
Okay, can I get one of you? Okay, I was gonna say, can I get one of you to move into that tile, please? Thank you.
The fucking president's watching us like a hawk. I see.
Because I need to move one of you guys over
That's a no one.
over here so that we could finish this off. Perfect. Oh, Jesus. And that group's gone. Perfect. So that's just these guys up here now.
Enclave here.
Gore Outpost. I like the name of that. Oh, we just overran somebody over here, too. Fort Steele. Stele.
Enclave
Yeah,
here.
just keep pushing it. Just finish them off, and we are good to go with them. Bomb scare. Oh. Residents of California fled the area in panic when a caravan was discovered carrying an unidentified device. The caravan guards were unsure of what it was and just said they were only paid to move it into the center of town. The resulting panic saw hundreds flee the area, packing all they could, as what remained of the local police cordoned off the area and alerted higher authorities. A Navy explosive ordnance disposal team arrived to assess the situation and approach the caravan. Fears were alleviated when it was discovered that the nuclear device was a highwayman engine that was being delivered to the town. After a few hours, officials managed to track down the owner of a local machine shop who was restoring the pre-war car, who was unaware that the device was actually an engine he bought off the caravan's previous merchant. The mechanic shop is in the center of town, and he was waiting for the arrival of the caravan to collect his engine. Madness. So yeah, now people are just scared of, them trying to roll in another nuke. Dude, we finally finished the atomic cannon. That thing took forever. Like, legit forever. Like, I guess we'll start researching the training program for the dogs and no, I need Navy. We still have a lot of parts and stuff that we gotta research before I can make my new ships. We legit overran the last of them that was here. The power armor was just so much faster than them that they could retreat, and we just overran them. Okay, let's get experimental high velocity boosters done. Outpost established, that's nice. Let's just get rid of all this. Oh. New World contractors. Echoes of the old world today. The president today spoke before Congress asking for the legislative body to take a greater role in the military industry. By working with the executive branch, it is the president's hope that the two bodies will create a checks and balance system that will prevent America from traveling down the same dark road once more that led to the Great War. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was hoping that it would do, is like we would actually put in places for that not to happen again. Senate leaders expressed enthusiasm at the proposal, or the prospect, though military hardliners voiced their concern that such a process will slow down the military and cause Needle's death as America's enemies outmaneuver a hamstrung procurement process. We won't make the mistakes of the past. So we lose trade tariffs, but we also gain a lot of lack of resource penalty, which is great. which I guess doesn't really matter in general because we already have a lot of resources as is. So let's do open for business because I need to get the naval stuff going better. Movement from the death claw. Promontories? Several of our automated monitoring stations watching the intelligent Deathclaw broods in their promontories have reported movement. We've had to set them up to ensure that possessors of heavily armed citizens don't go in and get slaughtered, and that the intelligent broods don't come out looking to prowl the settlements for a late night snack. Several of the larger promontories have been leaving signs and other things for us, and today a few representatives from the State Department went to ask what was going on. Seems that some of the younger Deathclaws and some of the more mature ones have been touched by our generosity, touched as in they want to fight for us. Much like we are reclaiming our nation bit by bit, the Deathclaws want to retake their home in the Midwest and get back at Chicago for what they've done to them. A few military commanders caught wind of this and have to admit that having support units of intelligent Deathclaws that aren't savage and know who is an enemy and who isn't would be a net benefit on the battlefield. Deathclaws were once designed as living bioweapons for combat in close urban centers against China pre-war. The army is asking to run some tests to see if they can work and coordinate with ground forces. They came in peace, they could stay in peace. Name it Project Jackson. Keep me informed. Dude, I love that. Yep. Once that happens, dude, we're putting support Deathclaws in every unit.
Who the hell is this? The president?
This country ain't big enough for the two of us. Like I said, government. The government. Recently, we are getting strange complaints coming out of West Central California. Complaints about a government collecting taxes, which amount to nothing more than a bribe to allow safe passage or else be harassed by sheriffs working for the president. Investigating the area, we found that a local power broker named Sorrell Booker has declared that New Reno has fallen, and he was the government. I love how he's put government in charge now. No, that's not a typo. That's actually how he spelled it. He and his gang have set up in an old settlement and are passing themselves off as sheriffs collecting taxes and other incomes from people moving through the area. Given our efforts elsewhere, seems he was using the hysteria created by McLean to mislead citizens. Unfortunately, it never occurred to him that New Reno hasn't fallen and that the government, I like how they actually put government in parentheses as it's supposed to be spelt, still very much exists. Given the fact that he spelled it as government, we don't think intelligence is his strong suit. Send in the marshals. Dude, that's great. Nice. Okay, we took Casper Mountain. That should be the last of them.
Enclave here.
Okay, I want you guys
Enclave here.
to come over here
Everything's always tighter out here.
because I'm finally going to clean up this small little contingent of guys
Nice, and your video feed working.
that have pretty much been like hanging out in my territory this entire time.
Who the hell is this? The president?
It's funny because I have just enough armies to surround every single front there. Well, there goes their faction. So select all, submit demands, select all, select all, select all. Whoop. And now Ouroboros, select all. And that is all of them. We're not going to take their navy because we cannot get it out of these rivers. Boom. Beautiful. They're all going down there. I need you guys, my other army here, to take on these other fellas.
Enclave here.
This is actually only 3. I want you guys to take out Eagle Rock first. Government and government. The seat of power for President Booker was a dusty old saloon guarded by his sheriffs, which amounted to nothing more than thugs in old highway patrol uniforms and badges made from Sunset Sarsaparilla deputy badges. The marshals arrived by nightfall, reminiscent of NCR Rangers in their dusters and armor. Their orders were clear: attempt to arrest if necessary, but handle any hostile action with a proportional response. A series of actual sheriff deputies in law enforcement had been collected to assist the marshals in this endeavor, but were hanging back awaiting the signal. As the marshals made their way into town, a few of Booker's sheriff tried to stop them until they realized what they were up against. Then the shooting started. For 2 hours, the marshals duked it out between the poorly equipped sheriffs as they tightened the noose on the town. The only reason they didn't move faster, as the marshals had to positively identify their targets, as there were still people in the town. Soon, however, they were breaching into Booker's saloon just as he put a pistol to his head. One clean shot later, and Booker's pistol was on the floor, and the marshals were placing him under arrest. A fitting end. Diplomatic immunity.
And the fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Actually, I still have you guys over here, too. I'll have you guys actually deal with these guys while they
Your video feed
deal with
working?
the other ones.
This is Enclave Maincom.
And then we have the Brotherhood of Steel, guys. You know what? The Brotherhood of Steel,
Enclave here.
come down here to deal with the Baja dudes down here.
Enclave.
Given these guys are a lot more well-equipped, though,
The president?
so I'm not 100% sure how this might actually go.
It's always tighter out here at Enclave.
So these guys may need reinforcements, depending.
Enclave here.
Because, yeah, these guys have a lot of units, which, honestly, not all of them are that well-equipped, yeah, to at least deal with power armor. Oh, actually, since we have this already going with these guys here, let's declare on these boyos the unity of Austin, and our front should start moving there. Something I wanted to see too is the American Brotherhood has trained up some more units. Let me request those extra forces from you, so that way I can actually go and add them to the Brotherhood forces that are going to be down south a little bit. Removing the Legion from Fort Navajo. Jesus. Fort Navajo. Pre-war, I do want to read this one because I do like that. This one I don't really care for. Don't really care for that one. But the Navajo fort, because we did the whole thing where we airlifted a lot of Navajo out, so I really want to see how this goes. Pre-war, the National Guard training camp base became a sprawling installation following our pacification of communist terrorists in Mexico. It received a hit during the Great War and was left to ruin until Caesar and the Legion came along. Seeing the use of its facilities for staging and training grounds, the Legion cleared it, and the place became a massive fortress and a symbol of the Legion's might. Even the mighty United States of America had trouble securing the mighty fortress, having to resort to leveling the place with heavy ordnance. Ironically, the heavy shelling destroyed much of the Legion infrastructure, and the army is restoring the base to its pre-war America ways. It will also be the site of a massive prisoner camp as we figure out what exactly to do with the survivors of the Legion. Get these Legion bulls out of here. Oh, wait, are they in a faction with the Provisional Government of Texas? Because I just noticed they have troops in Texas. They are. Oh. Are they going to declare war on me too?
The fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Okay, I might need to do this then. Let me add in their territory. I did not realize that they were also in a faction with them. So they might join, but they are at war themselves. So they might not. Yep, economic resurgence. Jesus, a lot of economic resurgence. Oh, these guys went to the Choctaw Nation went to war against the Provisional Republic of Texas too. Yeah, Texas does not want the smoke. They are not entering in on the side of unity of Austin. I just realized, yeah, that's Austin, Texas. That's why it's called that. That's funny. We got a lead on McLean. We've just got a wire from Happy Trails Caravan Company in Sac City. One of their operations headed north were paid by an older gentleman matching McLean's description. According to the tip, the guy looked emaciated, worn, and looked like he hadn't eaten in days. They planned to stop over at a settlement on their way north to pick up some more supplies and are willing to turn him over. It's outside our area of influence, but when you have vertibirds, nowhere is too far. Amusingly, it seems that not only are they expecting the reward money, but they also accepted the large sum that McLean paid them to keep quiet. It's a double payday for them. Honor among thieves indeed. That's funny. It's one of the things, dude, when there's multiple rewards like that. Oh, there's a chance we could get... It's so weird how they're deciding to actually go about taking these. Like, some of them, they actually kind of have a front, and then other ones are just kind of snaking themselves to victory points and stuff, which is kind of funny. Which they can get themselves surrounded this way, but it seems to be working. Meet me in Coswald. Watch this be a trap. The settlement of Coswald was a minor settlement built into the remnants of a busted-down U.S. military convoy. The Happy Trails Caravan Company was one of the few routes that walked this area and provided some income for the settlement. It was an amusing town and had weathered much of the turmoil in the Wasteland. For some time, of course, all things must come to an end. The chase ends. Oh no, we actually found him. The last of Bud's buds. The Marshal's vertibird lowered onto the landing pad as Grayson and Callahan stood there waiting for the engine to shut off. At long last, the manhunt for Hank McLean was over. Of course, before they dragged him into court alongside Bud, Grayson wanted answers. Bud was a sociopath, but his time spent in a jar clearly had altered his perception of reality. McLean had a daughter and a son, a family. Why throw that all away? Why risk all of this? First out of the vertibird were the Slantier marshals along with some human marshals. McLean was let out and was clearly disturbed by the sight of the Slantier. One even faked growling and biting at him. Dude, that would be hilarious. Causing the former Vault 33 overseer to jump and scream. This was met by laughter from the Slantier, who clearly enjoyed seeing a human so terrified of them. I love those little guys. Chuckled Callahan. Yeah. I love those little guys. And Grayson walked up and looked over the emaciated McLean. It was clear McLean wanted this to end, but there was still a fire inside him. Defiance. It didn't matter. Mr. McLean, I presume. Welcome to Fort Sierra. The winning team. It was a poorly lit room, a single 40-watt bulb, an old table, 2 chairs, and 3 ceiling-mounted auto turrets trained on the single prisoner. There, worn out from everything that had happened, sat Hank McLean as he contemplated everything. The door opened. Grayson sat down and laid out some papers before Hank. Surprisingly, by all accounts, you would have gotten off easy. Had you not shot Miss Pearson, you would only really be facing 20 years. Mr. Askins would be the one taking the fall. Sadly, murder is murder, of course. I'm not here to give you what you're being charged with. No, I want to ask you why. Why do this? I would have been like, I didn't shoot her. What are you talking about? I legit left her there. I told her she was on her own. You got any proof that I shot her? You got the murder weapon? Hank was quiet, just sitting there opposite of Grayson. Tired, worn out, Grayson cracked his neck. Mr. McLean, the president has tasked us with finding out why now outside that door is a monster with Nuka-Cola addiction. And frankly, he frightens me. Either you tell me why you try to destroy the government. Government? What government? The United States? That's a joke. The United States is dead. I saw it die. All that's left are savages. A savage people who are still waging war 200 years later. Your world is factions endlessly fighting, endlessly at war. I had to make a choice between your violent world and my peaceful one. Enough with the United States shit. spat Hank. Grayson nodded. You know, I used to be like you. Stars and stripes forever. We called them muties back then, continued Grayson. We all did. We all grew up calling them muties, freaks, then everything went to hell, and I escaped with an angry old NCO. Fled east to Vault City, we wound up in Courtyard, and I was still there. I came face to face with a mutie. You know what they did to me, Mr. McLean? What these people I called muties my whole life did? They handed me water. Said I looked thirsty, could use a drink. Grayson leaned forward, eyeing McLean. I was treated like vermin by those Vault City elites. I had to fight to get rights back, spent time in Vault City Guard to earn money to open my practice, and I saw the horrors and terror that was in Wasteland. I have seen unspeakable things, and I have put away some vile dregs that I wouldn't call human. I always think back to that cup of water I was handed, that even when I saw all that, there is still something good in this wasteland, and I've worked my whole life remembering that. Then there is you. Grayson stood up and loosened his tie a bit. Who decided to destroy everything without ever stopping to think about whose lives out there? No, because they don't fit in your world. In your polite society, Mr. McLean, I would let 1,000 raider bosses go free than not see you shoved in the deepest hole I can find. You disgust me. However, your fate is not for me to decide. That is for a judge and a jury of your peers. Good day, Mr. McLean. I hope to never see you again. Trial of Overseer Askins and McLean. A federal court today sentenced Vault 31 Overseer Bud Askins to death following the attempted nuclear bombing in the United States of America. With the judge citing that it is too dangerous for Bud Askins to be left alive, Mr. Askins was noted for being held in contempt of court several times by the preceding judge, which some analysts are saying led to his death sentence. Former Vault 33 Overseer Hank McLean has been sentenced to life imprisonment for aiding and abetting terrorism, plus 40 years for the murder of Vault resident Betty Pearson. Additional charges, such as being accessory to mob lynching, was passed to Sierra Commonwealth Court following a federal review. The President Attorney General Felix Grayson and Intelligence Chief Colonel Matthew Callahan for their role in bringing this crisis to a close. The president spoke to assembled press that the time of lawlessness and terror that defined the last 200 years is coming to a close, and this marks the turning point of a new era. America stands. So we gain 10% legitimacy and some stability, which we already have stability. We just need the legitimacy back, ultimately. Okay, how's it? Oh, Jesus. Whispers of hope. Due to our efforts to rebuild this once great country, every day there are more who believe our American dream. Whispers of a new dawn are spread across the radio waves in the bars and homes. Stories of a president who can sway even his bitter enemies with words and is incorruptible of soul. Ask not what your government could do for you. I need you for the U.S. Army. Yeah, let's get that PP and stability, which, like I said, stability I don't need. The PP is always really nice to have. Okay, let's declare war on Eagle Rock. And let's just push into Eagle Rock from here. Yeah, that should be them falling, like, instantly. Oh, wait, I have these guys here. We're actually hitting every tile, funny enough. We're hitting every tile at once. Okay, let's grab this naval research. I think we actually have all of the territories for these guys, too, yeah. Everything is being looked at.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Okay, let's declare war on these guys also. Nice. And these guys are still all getting into position, so we'll wait for them. Open for business. With the stroke of a pen, the president has decreed the resurrection of pre-war business. Moving to merge pre-war with post-war, companies like Westtech and Robco will stand once more alongside entities such as Crimson Caravan and the Gunrunners. This move was met by praise from many and criticism from others. On one hand, the return of industrial and technological giants of the pre-war would set America leaps and bounds over any other entity in the West. Likewise, detractors fear doing this would lead to the same predatory practices of the pre-war era, as well as emboldening current entities to continue their unethical practices. The president has assured that there will be several government and independent oversight commissions and panels to ensure that private entities are following the safe and ethical practices, an assurance they won't lead to what became of the NCR in the pre-war America. Another announcement that garnered massive support from many of the smaller communities in America is that these corporations will be met with a wide volume of taxes meant to offset tax for the lower class. Suffice to say, this last announcement was met with widespread public approval, and any who voiced objection were quickly silenced. What could go wrong? So with every pre-war corporation we restore, we will get a minor tax income as a result. Add open for business, which grants some decision options, which is cool. Now, let me go back over here, and then we could pop old world contractors. And now I want to see... Oh, wait, the RepCon test site. We actually have this. So let's do this for Facilities of the Wasteland. The Ghouls of RepCon. In beginning to clear the RepCon test site of an infestation of feral ghouls, we've encountered a strange group of squatters, a cult made up of entirely ghouls. This is the one where in New Vegas, when you go there, you clear out the ghouls and then you find those ones, but you help them with the rocket, and then you shoot the rocket off, and then it like crashes into the mountain. The group, which goes by the name of Bright Brotherhood, is led by a sapient glowing ghoul who goes by the name of Jason Bright. Bright himself claims to be led by the creator who guided him and his flock to RepCon, so they might use the rockets to travel to the far beyond where they can live free of human prejudice. While we aren't quite able to question their math unless we actually see it, the more important question now is what we should do about them. They aren't quite interrupting our operations to restore the rest of the facility, but they have holed themselves up in the main research laboratory and rocket dome. Our men are standing by for your order. Offer up our scientists to give them a hand. So this gives us air technology. So let's check that math of theirs. Let's arm some more mini nukes while we're at it. Let's do some more anti-pirate raids, because we need to hunt the Dread Pirate. We just need one carrier. Once we can get that carrier, dude, we'll be swimming in it. Don't think there's any other options really up here. Let's do that stimulus. Now, how do we bring back... So that's to deploy red team. Oh, this is the open for business. I just looked right... I thought this was a different thing. Okay. Let's do Lockheed Aerodynamics, which is pretty much Lockheed Martin. And let's do MedTech, Robco, General Atomics, and then we'll save some more of our PPE here. Okay, let's hit up the Baja State now. And then I actually want to take one of you guys, one of my Brotherhood guys, to push this. I'll actually take two of you to push that. Oh, they're actually forcing an attack right here, too. Okay, you want to play that game? I got Fat Mans for you. I got mini nukes ready to go. Let's see you handle some mini nukes. Yeah. Oh, they actually have no commander over these guys either. Oh, they do for this one, though. Economic resurgence. Oh, so this is Eagle Rock fell. That's good for us. I'm not going to take their navy. And then, yeah, these guys are pretty much donezo. They got some guys that made it through the mountain over here, but that's, yeah, nothing to worry about there. Okay, let's grab this microwave lance, which sounds horrifying. Detection avoidance kit. Any one of you to push down to their new capital down here? please. Because that should be their last. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Traveling sky high. Scavengers, reporters, soldiers, and onlookers alike flocked to the ruins of Denver International Airport today to see the historic moment when the president's own plane, Air Force One, took off on its maiden flight towards the United States Capitol for future use by the president himself. The restoration has been tireless and heavily automated, with assistance from local scavengers who are eager to reap the rewards of working on the president's plane. While the president himself isn't on board the airliner, it was still designated Air Force One for its return trip to the West. The roar of the engines filled the still Colorado air as the pilot's message was broadcast across the airport via loudspeakers. Air Force One preparing to taxi. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, how are you guys actually looking down here? Are you actually okay? Because I know once we push these guys on the right out, we can just move in behind these guys and it'll be like they'll fall. Dude, they have a lot of guys here. And these are a lot of the Brotherhood units, so they're kind of crap. Lockheed Aeronautics. Hello, America. This is your president speaking. Do you remember airplanes or jet planes? Maybe some remember the sight of vertibirds flying across the skies when the Enclave first returned to America's shores? I'm sure very few do. And I'm sure even fewer know that America was the birthplace of flight. Yes, right here in America, the Wright brothers took their Wright Flyer and for the first time succeeded in heavier than air flight. Of course, with the Great War, it was thought those days were long gone. But what if I told you that the United States government has sponsored a school in Dayglow at the old Lockheed Aeronautics Advanced Development Center, also known as Skunk Works. Lockheed is accepting anyone with knowledge of mechanical and technical know-how to train the next generation of American flight engineers. For free, food and housing are available on site, and family accommodations can be arranged. Soon, America, we shall return to the skies above just as before. Take flight, America. Proceeds from companies are being taxed for use by the government.
Enclave here.
I'm gonna have that little NCR group right there. Take part. Oh, we finished Plasma Warhead, but Project Jackson, a success. Dude, that's a horrifying image. Wait, that's a Deathclaw with power armor attached to it. Oh God, with pieces of power armor. Project Jackson has been nothing but a success. Sure, there were some talks that the Deathclaws were trying to scope us out and find our tactics, but usually when it comes to feral Deathclaw hovels, we just airstrike them. So it was kind of a moot point. In close quarters combat, the Deathclaws were instrumental in assisting our units in clearing out simulated targets. Their thick armor hides deflected rounds and lasers as they closed in on their target after target. The army even got around to designating rudimentary armor for them, which has increased their effectiveness tenfold. The real success came during a live fire exercise against a hovel of raiders that had taken up residence in one of the mock settlements. We had set up attempts to remove them peacefully, resulted in them taking pot shots at us. Normally, we'd hit the area with an airstrike, but instead used it to test the new Deathclaw units. The armored pack broke into their defenses at night under cover fire from army units and raised hell. Their speed, agility, and lethality were second to none as they tore the raiders apart and left none standing. They even planted a U.S. flag in the village to signify their victory. We've put out a call to the promontories for additional volunteers for the new Deathclaw Auxiliary, and more than a few have eagerly enlisted. Well, too bad we only have limited numbers. Add technology, Deathclaw hatchlings, basic creatures tech, intermediate creatures tech, sophisticated creatures tech, young Deathclaws. So we don't get full-fledged Deathclaws. Or wait, no, we can research them now, right? Oh yeah, we can research into the higher ones now. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I wish I knew what faction started with them though. So how do we get? So we have to get alpha lead packs before we can get alpha Deathclaws. And then there's Deathclaw Civilization, which we need Deathclaw Nests. There's probably a Deathclaw faction. That might be who these guys came from. Maybe this was a faction, and that's who they were. So defense and soft attack, breakthrough and hard attack. Breakthrough and hard attack, for sure. Oh my god, yes. Let me start producing some Deathclaws now. Young Deathclaws. They only take water to produce. Well, we're about to produce a lot of young Deathclaws. Because we have the water. Oh, we have the water to back that production up. Let's go. Yeah, our Brotherhood of Steel units down here aren't doing that great, honestly.
A few more moments and I'll have your sorry ass in a sling.
I can't change them out for my units, but I'd rather just still use them. Old World Contractors. The true power of the Old World. The president today announced the Old World initiative aimed at restarting America's pre-war military industry. It is hoped that reknitting? I think that's supposed to be reigniting the flames that fueled America's armies pre-war will allow for the post-war world to be captured quicker, more efficient, and with less bloodshed. Critics say that instead, it is inviting the exact same problems and flaws that led to the Great War in the first place. And that such an initiative will lead us back down the dark road of nuclear Armageddon. The president dismissed these claims on the fact that there is no communist China with which to threaten America. China couldn't stop us, and neither will the Wasteland. Add old world corporations, which we lose some trade tariffs, we gain factory output. And then reinforced storage. Okay, now we're almost to it. We can almost build our navy. We can almost start our actual navy.
Outstanding.
Oh, they don't have the mini nuke stuff anymore. We need to arm some more mini nukes for them. Arm 3 batches of mini nukes. Oh, I guess it's just not back up yet for me to use. Big sad. Oh, wait, they actually pushed us out right here? That is crazy. Okay, these Brotherhood units suck. Project Jupiter. So these are just Air Force bases. I think that's what this is too, right? Pre-war fort. Yeah, so it is. Codename Jupiter. The base would still serve as National Guard. Yeah, okay, it's not that great. No VR training? Okay, where are my troops at? Do I have anyone close? Actually, we got some more Brotherhood Knights over here, which I think I actually upgraded these templates. I did upgrade these templates. Okay. Yeah, I need you guys to go and join your other brothers over here down south and help them deal with that. I feel like with the added Brotherhood of Steel divisions there, they should help with that a lot more. Power armor scavengers attacked. Okay, so this is for our scavenging group. I guess once they get back. Think about just giving back these power armor troops to the Brotherhood, the American Brotherhood, and then just being like, okay, we're just gonna produce our own now, please. Thank you.
This is Enclave maincom.
Let me get all of your guys' front lines set up here.
Enclave here. And the fucking president's watching us like a hawk. This is Enclave maincom.
Finally, we can just clean all of this up. I'm only attacking on one side for both of these. I'm just gonna have it do that, especially because this is power armored. Yeah, I would say this is power armor up here on that northern side of it. Come on, fellas, you could do this.
Got you.
Out of the rubble. The ruins of the old city had proved adequate protection for the settlers over the past 2 centuries. However, with our current expertise, we have been able to partially restore the city. Rubble has been cleared, and basic utilities have been restored, and some new buildings have been constructed from the still sturdy old world foundation. Good work. So, courtyard, we get 4 infrastructure, and then a lot more population. Diplomatic immunity. Well, at one point, he used the title to have others show him respect and fear in a hair-long prison. President Booker was a joke. Already, several guards were reprimanded after Booker complained about a lack of food and was tossed empty boxes of Blanco and Cram. The joke being just like his government, the food wasn't real. The cake is a lie. The cake is a lie. Grayson sat across from the slovenly individual, really wishing he wasn't. However, because the President Booker had been charged with secession, it made it a matter he was forced to handle. As Grayson read the charges, however, Booker seemed to take it in stride. You can't charge me. You said it yourself. I remember watching an old holotape about 2 cops going after a gun smuggler who was a foreign dignitary. Since you didn't kill me, I have diplomatic immunity, so you can just let me go, laughed Booker. Grayson smiled. Hollywood isn't real. I know that movie. Here's the thing that only matters if we recognize that country, which we don't. We also don't recognize you as a head of state, so your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. Your trial's in 8 days. Okay, we took them out, so that's MaxSec gone. Experimental high velocity boosters, and then let's grab railguns. There we go. Love how 3 of them all fell pretty much at the same time to where it was able to give me all of their piece deals all at the same time. And as whoever's on the coast over here, I will take your ship since you're actually on the coast. And now these guys should fall. Oh, MedTech. General Atomics. Okay, let's see. MedTech. Hello, folks. This is Mr. New Vegas in a special guest appearance for the Radiant Times. MedTech Labs has officially reopened its doors today and has begun production of a wide range of health and other medical products, such as Mentats and Fixer. However, their new flagship product are Stimpaks, of which the patent was awarded to them for sale and distribution, but not exclusive rights after lobbying from several independent organizations. While the true manufacturers of Stimpaks might have been a company in North Carolina, no one is around to challenge that claim. And by the time of this article, several thousand have already been produced and sent to needy communities on the far reaches of American society. Questions on whether MedTech will produce the various combat drugs and stimulants that are also prevalent in today's society were declined, with a spokeswoman stating that MedTech is only interested in producing healthcare products and not trying to make a quick buck. That is the news, and now for my top selection of songs from across the waste. You can feel yourself getting healthier. General Atomics. With a fleet of robots and army workers, General Atomics has started work on restoring many of the still dilapidated areas of Dayglow, New Reno, and beyond. Both the President of the United States and the newly commissioned President of General Atomics has expressed great interest in restoring America's great cities, creating thousands of new jobs and providing a positive light of the Mr. Handy model of robots, production of which is expected to restart in the coming weeks. With personal units expected to be sold off once construction is finished, a spokeswoman from General Atomics has stated all weapons and combat procedures from civilian models have been removed per safety requests by several commissioner protection organizations, building back progress. Robco. The robots of Robco litter the wastes and are often a hazard to many, a scavenger and caravan guard alike, and sending shutdown codes from a reorganized source could save lives. Many more are in a state of disrepair and could be a boon to scavengers and salvagers if there was a central system to repair and refit. That was our idea anyway with Robco, a reorganizable pre-war name that would not only be recognized, but it would also add legitimacy to our cause, until Mr. House sent us a message claiming ownership of the brand. After a series of legal debates and stare-downs between Mr. House's security trons and U.S. Army power armor, House relented his ownership, but maintains a role in the company as an advisor and monetary consultant. So we pretty much just took it from Mr. House. we just took Robco from him. That's hilarious. Love how everyone's just like converging on this. As you see all the little helmets pop as they just get massacred. Dang, I say we just take all those lives. Perfect. Okay, guys. I might have to send you down south. Actually, no. These guys have actually pushed back over here.
Got you.
It's bringing in these Brotherhood, the one that I actually changed out the template for, with all these support units, is working out pretty well. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're cleaning up. President Booker is sentenced. President Booker was literally dragged out of court by U.S. Marshals after found guilty of secession, treason, extortion, larceny, and being held in contempt of court. Reporters in the courtroom noted that Booker's defense was that as he wasn't a citizen of the United States of America, he wasn't beholden to their laws. The judge dismissed this claim with Attorney General Grayson mentioning that if Booker wanted to continue these claims, he would be turned over to military intelligence officials, of whom the Director of National Intelligence has been summoned by Representative Graham, again, stemming from actions during the recent nuclear scare. After the trial, Grayson spoke to reporters. Let anyone who thinks they can get away with extorting American citizens, the United States still exists, and the long arm of the American law will come for you. You can count on it. Another point of legitimacy there. So we're up to 70% legitimacy now. Okay, I need you guys. Okay, you are pushing there. I was like, I want you guys to cut those guys off there. Perfect. Okay. Now we can actually just kill off that whole pocket. The Chosen One's trial. The Chosen One's trial was never in doubt, even if Granite had suspicions about the Enclave experiments on the rig and at Navarro. Too many members of the Enclave blamed the Chosen One for deaths of friends and family, and propaganda blamed the Chosen One for stopping the Enclave's medical assistance to Ario tribals. So the Chosen One was found guilty of supporting slavers in the den, of killing miners in Broken Hills, of smuggling liquor into Vault City, of aiding cultists in San Francisco, and of course, of treason against the United States government. The only question was their fate. Firing squad, if a show of compassion, life in solitary confinement. I think we're at 100% on both, right? No, we're not. I can't see it that well because I have, like FPS, playtime, network, stuff like that up there, which I think we're gonna go for war support. So firing squad, because I don't think my war support was actually maxed there, or is maxed. Naval tech, because we're trying to max this out. Nice, we're just ripping those guys to shred. Town expanded, good. So for sure, if you're using base game, like the this mod's templates, you'll have some struggles against other factions. But if you build out your own templates decently well and have the equipment for them, you'll demolish. The moment I brought this Brotherhood, American Brotherhood faction down that I made, like I didn't even add any other things. It was just the support companies. The support companies apparently are good enough to just like take out everything else. Like, we're just decimating. Which we have one American Brotherhood guy over here, I believe. And I think he's kind of helping push back a little bit. But overall, man, we just decimated all of this.
Outstanding.
If I cut this off here, that's all their supply from their capital, too.
Have a nice day.
So I'm gonna have you do this. Take out that road and cut off that northern supply up here, and then we just surround all of these guys, and it's over for them. They're dead. They're gone. No more economic resurgence. We almost have all naval tech researched. Ooh, so they're trying to stop us from going right here. So our naval cruise was unsuccessful. Let's arm some more batches of mini nukes. Let's do another anti-pirate raid. Let's bring back Vault Tech, West Tech, and Poseidon Energy, actually. And that'll give us, we'll still be left with around 200 PP to spend when we're where we need it. Okay, use the Fat Man. Let's use some mini nukes again. As we're just out here just dropping mini nukes on everybody. Okay, that should be... Yep, so that's pretty much all of the research done. Once all these finish, that's all of the extra naval module researches all finished. So that's actually really nice. So we don't have the other basic creature stuff. Oh, no, we need insect taming. Burrowing creature taming. Ah, okay. So we can only go the route of Death Claws right now. Which, I mean, out of all of the creatures, Death Claws is the one that I'd want anyway. Because I was wanting support Death Claw units in the first place. Which I think... I'm going to poop those guys out real quick. Okay, I do have some room here. Wait, I don't see them here, though. Is it because they're young Death Claws? Oh, nothing here. Nothing here. Lawkeepers. There's a Slant Tier Cavalry Corps. No, I actually don't see them. Or did I already add them and just forgot? No? Huh. Okay. Oh, I do have this infantry group back here. So let's do this. Jesus, this guy's got a lot of stuff going on. Let's do that. And I'm actually going to add him to these guys to the Brotherhood group over here. And then let's I'll add you to this group down here. Oh, that's a general line, not a God, what's it called? This group. The commander, the field marshal group. Is not the field marshal. Oh yeah, dude, once we started the Fat Man bombing again.
That's a no one.
Yeah. Economic resurgence.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Let's go industry. We already maxed out our industry for what we can right now. Let's start going some of this advanced tech here. And then, yeah, my basic auxiliary infantry is pushing up over here. Oh, they have no port either, I don't think. Yeah, they don't have a port over here either. Oh, yeah, so these guys are definitely just cut off. They're gone. They're donezo. Oh. A discovery in Pecos. Major Vehlen was one of the top brass in charge of Fort Summers, along with Commander Henry Wallace, making it a tragedy when he went missing a few days before the rig went down after being sent on a scouting mission with Vertibird pilot Ace Harden, Commander Hawk, Private George, and Captain James Hildock. It was a mystery as to what happened to him until now. While exploring our returned territory of Pecos, Texas Commonwealth, the Texas Rangers were shocked when they were fired upon in one of the abandoned Texas Brotherhood bunkers. After a fervent firefight between the Rangers and the stranger, the attacker was soon detained. To our immense surprise and questioning, it was Major Vehlen. When inquired as to what happened to him, it was discovered that his team had been shot down with him being severely injured. He was taken in by locals of Pecos and taken care of back to health. While at first weary on account of them being wastelanders, this view was soon washed away with time as he worked and helped them. Upon seeing power-armored soldiers walking into Pecos, He had feared the worst and bunkered down for a guerrilla war, unaware of us being a new enclave unlike the ones of old. Welcome back, Major. That's cool. Let me...
Who the hell is this? The president?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to use a new force over here for our naval invasion.
Out here at Enclave.
Ooh, let's naval invade with the Horgans. So I'm gonna take you guys off out of there. And then you are gonna set up to naval invade. We're gonna have to grab ports. They have one port here. Like I can see that there's actually something docked there. We'll take this port. We'll try to land like this. Honestly, we could just land all the way across. I feel like with the Horgans, though, the more we have landing contested, the better. Okay, we'll land like this, yeah. Okay, so I need you to go up there. I need my navy, though, which we have this added naval task force here. Let me add you guys to that one. We're going to combine both of you. Let's set automatic split off. Repair priority low. And then let's do always engage, because I feel like there's really no issues for us, ultimately. Oh yeah, I forgot we have our cast still casting the Gulf of California down here. That's actually hilarious. Yeah, so we're cleaning that up. We have them moving there. Let me get you guys set up over here on the east. We're still taking out the provisional, the unity of Austin. Let's go for the Choctaw Nation next. Because we'll be actually right here with the kudzu overgrowth. And where are... Okay, so I have you guys over here too. I'm going to have you guys set up for Dayglow. Oh, look, there's Relay Station Zeta. I did not know that's where that was. That's cool.
Enclave here.
And then I have these guys, which I'm going to have come from the north of Dayglow. Or of Glowbugs. I say Dayglow. Jesus, Dayglow is a city that we have.
Who the hell is this? The president? Enclave here.
Okay, I need you to push into Austin. It's funny because like how they scattered them like this. Because the whole front line stuff. They're just all scattered in weird locations. And then I can just kind of come in and micro what's left over. The Fall of Unity. The Atlas Army successor, State of Unity of Austin, has suffered heavily from the armies of the United States of America, with reports confirming that the mutant republic's capital of Austin has fallen. Keats has called upon the Texan Economic Union to assist them, though the bureaucracy of the Union may prevent aid from reaching them in time. Yeah, their own faction's not helping them. I love how he still has units. Like he could have added these units to his own territory, but he's like waiting out for his brothers in arms to come to his rescue. But that's just not the way it is. I love how my units have also gone for just a lot of the victory points.
This is Enclave main com. That's a no one. Now move it, soldier!
Yeah, just keep cleaning up these pockets.
Who the hell is this? The president?
These are all muties.
Enclave here. Enclave here. That's a no one.
Come on, all your victory points are pretty much gone at this point. You don't have a capital anymore.
Why isn't
Oh god. The black flashing is back. Okay.
That's a no one. I see. Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave. Why isn't your video feed working?
Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Goodbye, Unity of Austin. We hardly knew ye. Is that still flashing? Slightly, yeah, it's not too bad though. If it gets worse, I'll just restart again.
Enclave here.
Okay, that was these guys, which I'm gonna stop doing it like that. I'm just gonna use you guys as a frontal force now. Especially with Austin, or the Provisional Government of Texas here, because we have a long front line that we could just stretch you across on this one. And yeah, we have too many troops in some of these lines.
Enclave here.
I think some of you I can just give the... you don't have local leader, because I gave you inspirational before. Okay, let's just give you... your power armor. Okay, yeah, give you pain train then. And then you could probably take it, right? Yeah, local leader. And then pain train. Perfect. Okay, now you could take the extras from him. And then whoever I have here, I could possibly give local leader to also. Yep, local leader. Pain train. Even though this is actually infantry, but I can give him infantry also. Yep. Stereo stranger.
Enclave here.
Boom, perfect.
Enclave here.
And then we have Boone over here. With Boone, I'll give... where is it? God, where's local leader? There's local leader. Boom. And then I'll also give him pain train. And then once they get all set up, we'll be good to go. Let me just get rid of all of these cities here. I feel sorry for whoever is on a, like, a basic rig playing this, like computer, because, oh my god. Oh, wait, it actually made it to where it goes up here. Yeah. Because my FPS be sinking sometimes, and I'm on a pretty heavy-duty rig. Oh my, look at all those surrounded there. Dude, these guys had a lot of troops. Like, a lot of troops. Okay, Old War Factory. We actually gain pre-war manufactories, too, as a, technology. I'm wondering what that actually does. Okay, I need all of you to push this, because you're not actually pushing. I need all of you to push in here. I love how they're last standing this, too. Like, that's gonna do something. They've lost 18,000 already. About to be 19,000. Yep, 19,000. About to be 20,000. We've lost 2,000 in this war. And I feel like if we didn't use the Brotherhood templates, we probably would have lost a lot less.
Why isn't your video feed working?
Perfect. And now we're down here finishing them off. Okay, research. Let's go look at... Actually, let's go to vehicles. We're going to finish off these two. Yeah, these are just army bases. These all finally finished. I think this is the one that was the Enclave one, I believe. Okay, anything with a different image like that, we're going to read. Because they usually have at least some kind of good information. A little bit. So, hazardous environments in New Mexico. Santiago Marine Base had two purposes pre-war: guard Kirtland Air Force Base and watch over White Sands. The president, of course, entrusted the Marines with this task, and they were even slotted to protect the Black Mesa Research Facility before a reconnaissance cascade of financial failures put the research titan under. Following this, it was here that the powered combat vest was tested by the Marines of the base, where West Tech acquired the company in charge of the PCV and developed it into the iconic power armor of the 21st century. I was about to say, is that like The powered combat vest, was that like the precursor to power armor, which it is actually. That's cool. I like that. Lannis followed in Caesar's traditions of ignoring the old world and left the base largely alone, allowing us to raise the Crimson Marine banner high over the base once more. I thought this was in Arizona. Back from the brink. The largest Marine Air Force station on the West Coast, MCAS Yuma, proved vital in the U.S. intervention into Mexico pre-war, protecting vital Petro Chico refineries, as well as striking at cartels, revolutionaries, and the occasional Chinese infiltrators. It also assisted in anti-smuggling operations in the Gulf of California, though this turned into a largely role in being as most smugglers were long gone by the time Marine aviators arrived. Post-war, it and Yuma International Airport fell into despair, kept secure by the automated defenses that protected the base and allowed it to sit dormant for so many years. With our return, and the Marines are eager to get their aircraft in the skies again and show the Navy and the Air Force now real aviators get it done. Hoorah, Marines. I'm surprised that like a lot of these companies didn't do more with going to space to like get resources and stuff. Okay, so Poseidon Energy. This one has a special place in the Enclave's heart. Poseidon's oil rig was our home for so long, as was Navarro. It was Poseidon who sheltered us through the storm of the Great War, and where so many went down when it went up in nuclear flames. Likewise, the Gecko power plant was built and run by Poseidon Energy pre-war. The restart of the Poseidon Energy as the nation's main supplier of power, though, varies. Nuclear and solar energy plants made many in the Enclave accuse others of cutting onions nearby, as it was for us through the Great War and beyond. Poseidon forms the very bedrock of power within our nation and gives us power, along with the potential for a series of commercial refueling stations once we fix America's roads. Thus, with one swift stroke, President Douglas Grant has brought back the most important company in American history, Poseidon Oil. Remember the rig. Wait, who's paying for the roads? Proceeds from the company are being taxed for use by the government. The proceeds from them are going towards the roads. Vault-Tec. Upon securing planes runners, we made a horrifying discovery. Vault-Tec survived the Great War. Well, survived until Lannis took them out anyway. However, the discovery of this has raised the question about the various Vault-Tec vaults and their fates, as well as the largest and most prominent pre-war corporation. It's no secret that Vault-Tec was the epitome of everything wrong in the pre-war era. It is a secret we blame them for everything wrong that can be traced to us. We won't talk about that. Prioritizing profits over ethics, predatory sales tactics, and unethical experiment on people for nothing more than to increase their bottom line. Aside control vaults like Vault 8 and a handful of others, most vaults we've come across are nothing more than nightmare horror shows displaying the horrendous results of Project Safehouse. As we uncover more and more vaults and the unspeakable terrors within, many has seen fit to erect a monument to the thousands of Americans lost in part to Vault-Tec's insidious desires for profit. On the remains of the Children of Cathedral, which is also the location of the first Vault-Tec vault. Oh, that's cool. The demonstration vault. Oh, yeah, you find this vault in Fallout 4, right? Yeah, you find this vault in Fallout 4. We've erected a monument to those lost. It's a simple wall with the numbers of every vault we've recovered and its horrendous experiment. Some say that standing by it, you can hear the voices of those lost, whispering to never forget them. Why do the voices say the master lives? West-Tec. Perhaps no other pre-war corporation has had an effect on the post-war world like West-Tec. While many of them While many know them for having created power armor, of which dominated the waste like no other, very few today know they're also responsible for the forced evolutionary virus, that's FEV, Thus it is, uh, thus it is, Jesus, oh, so many grammatical issues here. Westech's products that nearly saw the Wasteland evolve into the Master's twisted vision of Unity, and what saved it in the form of T-51B suits. While we've effectively managed to bury Westech's involvement with FEV, we've restarted the company as the largest producer of power armor in America, taking some of the load off of our own military production lines and allowing limited sales to civilian users, such as on ships, police forces, or in more remote areas of the country. Made in the USA. That's cool. So we get Westech schematics. This is a lot of the reward technology, I'm assuming, then. It's hard to tell what's what because these images are not here. Oh, what is that? The Gehenna. Huh. The Gehenna sounds very, very threatening and very scary. Let's do land zoning here so we get some fuel capacity and a few more factories in there. Yeah, they're pretty much all but decimated now. Now let's look back over here. Are you guys all along the lines? You're all good.
What the hell is this? The president?
Need the extra infantry to join these lines too. Okay, let's take these guys out now. They're actually already at a war with another faction too, but we won't talk about that. We'll just come in. Hey, it's Fort Hood! Waco. The college. I like how they're trying to move forces off these old ones to us. Old world factories. So we have pre-war manufactories now. Oh, so we finally finished this. So we should be able to now build God, what's it called? An aircraft carrier. Ooh, we could go with these two because we lower production costs and get the aircraft carrier out much, much quicker. Ah. But there's other things that I want to go. It's other things. We still have all of this up here too. Let's do coming home first because I want to see what this does. Oh, wait, no, okay. These are just claims for out east. Okay, so we'll wait till we're more east before we take these then. We'll wait a little bit before we take those. Let's do rebuilding Navarro next because I do want to take some of this. So let's restore Navarro. Like how they're trying to give us docking rights. Like we're not going to come for them. Okay, so we built a new city too. Are you guys actually ready to make it across? Okay, no, you still have how long? 29 of 72 days. Okay. Our Navy should already be up there ready to go, so we don't have to worry about that. We need to go for the chicken people next. Oh, nice. Since that's done, that means... how much? Okay, we're back up to 400 PP. Let's go with Senate Security Solutions. Actually, let's just spend the last 400 PP we have and just finish those off. Let's develop some more army bases. Let's go with... let's do this. Install all power grids. We still need some more ships for north to Alaska so we can finish that off also. Establish an outpost, build up a major settlement, turn a boom town into a city, restore a ruined city. And now we can restore some of these other things over here. These take a while to do. I've mostly just been going for the ones that give us resources. Play with Giddy Up Buttercup. Doesn't cost us anything either, but it gives us some stuff. Okay, let's repair the next turbine. And then let's spend some stimulus money here. You know, let's get this. Let's invest in some army stuff. You know, we got money to spend on whatever. Just spend money. Just spend it where I can. Yeah. Provisional Republic of Texas is falling pretty quickly. They're trying to move up here. Actually want to see something. Manage subjects. How close are you guys? So we need 383 more to annex our American Brotherhood and just kind of like bring them into the fold. Let me do this, and then... Am I still supplying? Oh, I am still supplying with stuff. I know since we're using their forces, it's giving them autonomy too. Because we could have probably taken them by now if we didn't do that, but I did want their extra troops originally. But now I'm kind of finding out they're not that great. They're not that good. But it is what it is. Okay, so our troops here. Who are you guys under?
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Okay, you're my main force here. I'm just going to declare war on these guys now. Let's just take them out. Also. So I might leave the kudzu overgrowth as like the last frontier here. Because what I might do is push into these sections up here. And then be like, okay, we'll take out the kudzu. Or I could just cut across this, come up from the bottom of some of these two, and then take Florida also. War crimes. During our just struggle to liberate America, American forces engaged in what some might call war crimes against the civilian population. Pictures of the incident have been released in newspapers across the United States and have been greeted with condemnation by the New World Party. Oh no, the embedded reporter was shot. Remove free press. Punish the troops. AFN News from the front. Fall of Fort Hood. This is Colin Dewpoint with AFN News. Fort Hood has been returned to the United States of America's hands as United States of American forces pushed out Provisional Republic of Texas from the old installation, thanks on large part due to activation codes that returned many of the pre-war robots back under American control. Provisional Republic of Texas forces were completely routed as their former robot servants turned on them, allowing the United States of America to gain the initiative against the fight and storm the base, raising the American flag over the base for the first time since the bombs fell. The base is ours. We gain a bunch of army experience. Okay, I'm about it. I need you guys to push a little faster over here, please. Like, they ain't got much left over there. Oh, hey, this actually is the frontline mod that we're using. So using the AI Divisions mod, aka the Div Genius AI Override, current mod version 8.1. Using frontline AI mod, aka the Frontlinestins monster current mod 8.8. Like I said, I don't know if that's currently working or if it had to be from the start. Okay, let's get full-size Deathclaws research now. Okay, let's keep researching some dogs. Okay, that's just a naval base. Okay, we'll do Navarro here in a second. So return to Navarro. We've retaken Navarro, and for many of the oldest members of the Enclave, it holds more than just simply taking back some land. After the rig went down, the base went from a single refueling outpost to a fortress and was our last stand before we were scattered. It was here that hundreds lost their lives to the NCR and Brotherhood, and it was here that Dornan led the exodus into Nevada that planted the seed of our return. Or Nevada. Nevada. Many of the survivors of the battle broke down where they saw friends and family die. Others seemed to be at peace knowing their sacrifice wasn't in vain. Many of the dead were dumped into mass grave, and the Army Mortuary Affairs Division is going through and identifying them for proper military burial. All this has strengthened the resolve to see Navarro transformed into the largest base on the West Coast, a massive installation whose size would rival that of Shady Sands. With shovels in hand, the Army Engineer Corps is ready to begin. From the ashes, Navarro will rise. So, United States of America completes focus, expand the base. Oh, okay, so not all of these I have to take instantly. So we could choose like naval annexes, army barracks, stuff like that. So dry docks. Ooh, okay, since we're doing some Navy stuff right now. Ooh, Marine barracks gives us special forces capacity. Amphibious invasion speed is also something we kind of need. Let's go Navarro Naval Annex. That actually is a massive base. If that base has like naval, airfield, and like army installations, dude, that's a crazy combined arms base there. Yeah, no, we have free dockyards. We will be creating a lot of these once we get... Oh, wait, no, we do have those done. Now, the question is, do we have all of our other research done for Navy? I think we do, yeah. Okay, so production. Let's look at our aircraft carrier. Because we should. Yeah, baby. So it looks like we still have some issues with it, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is fully, like, upgraded. Communications module. Okay, that's just that. So super heavy storage. So advanced storage compartment. This gives us a lot of... Oh, dang, that's a lot of max range. Which is what we kind of want for this, too. Point defense systems, light deck guns, carrier modules. Let's go the point defense system. And then let's go with the point defense laser. All of you little guys are also going to get swapped out for these point defense lasers. Super heavy RCW, fast firing laser arrays. Ah, okay. Let's do that actually too. I like how it shows a person though. And then subsurface hydrojet. The carrier module, that's the max we can get on it. That's the largest. So intercom is also the largest we can get for here. Boom. Detection avoidance kits. Super heavy composite hide. And then let's do light deck weapons. Super heavy RCW. And then, yeah, radio communications. Our first Enclave carrier, baby. And she a thickums. I need you to be produced on the Gulf of America over here. Oh my god. Let's have you get produced in Houston. Let's also get some... Let's do some torpedo boats. We can do the Enclave destroyers. Because I want some massive boys here. We can stick them with a Spec Ops team. Because that was a light deck gun. Let's do another point defense here then. Oh, actually, since we have a point defense there, let's go the light deck gun here. Perfect. Because I want this to be a force to be reckoned with here. And you're also going to be in Houston because you are all going to be our crazy Navy. Since these can be made super quick, I'm going to have like 3 of these going to be pumping those out. Let's do our medium assault craft now. Torpedoes. And then this is a deck gun. So medium deck gun. A plasma discharger. Hot. Medium deck gun. Plasma discharger. Let's also go with... Because I think I can have... Okay, I have another module there. Let's go with the medium storage then so we can get range on you. And then intercom. Subsurface. This one will be a point defense system on this lower end. Another point defense system. And then radio intercoms. Oh, baby, baby, baby. We're going to be destroying so much Navy. My Navy off the California coast is going to be jealous seeing these things roll off the line. And them not be able to use them. So heavy deck guns. The microwave lance. Oh, yeah. Okay, I need some point defense on this thing now. Because we have a lot of that going on now. I need this bad boy to actually be able to survive attacks from aircraft just in case. Okay, there we go. Like how we have the refurbished, the Enclave Dreadnought down here from the other thing, but I'd rather not do the refurbished. I'd rather get some of these massive, massive boys going. And since these take a lot longer to make than our smaller ships, I'm just gonna set up a good few of these. How many of the... Okay, I did one aircraft carrier. I want to do another one. Let me pull you to the top, because I do want you to be good. Let's do 3, actually. Remaking the Pacific Fleet out here. Nice. I know I need to also get our carrier attackers and stuff going so that we can actually have aircraft on our aircraft carriers when the time comes. And where is... Here we go. Maritime jet fighters, too. So here we'll have our actual carrier attackers and stuff. I actually want you guys down here since you are kind of under the Navy there. And that's perfect. Oh, yeah, dude. That's going to be great. Which I can always take these guys to Navy, too. But it's just not as fun as having your own. Like, making your own. One of the things I do like about Hoi4 is the Navy. It would be cool, though, if they did add, like, a little bit more to the Navy, like, combat and stuff. But the Man the Guns, I would say, was very good. I really liked Man the Guns DLC. Once I actually learned how to play Navy, it was a lot of fun. Cut them off right there.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Because I will say, it is a kind of rough to learn how to play the Navy in the beginning. Hey.
This is Enclave Maincom.
Stop that.
This is Enclave Maincom.
I just realized that's these guys. These guys actually did a naval invasion, and they were kind of messing up the Provisional Republic of Texas. That's kind of funny. But once Texas falls, we'll claim this, and then we're going for them. We'll go for them at some point. Everyone will fall under our might. Come on, I need you guys to finish these guys a lot quicker than what's going on right now. Please. 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 Okay. Do we have any other options under here? I'm just going to let them fight for a little bit. God, I need to drag this down. Wait, what? Why am I seeing the Legion marches? Huh? Did the Legion pop back up somewhere? Did we not get Caesar? Fall of New California, the greatest opponent in lies in ashes. Who's going to stop Caesar? The Caesar's already been stopped. I don't know if you got the memo, but he's gone. Dead and gone, dead and oh wait, the Texas Way. Fate of the Texan Brotherhood. Oh, okay, yeah, the Texas Brotherhood I think is already gone, and so I think it's just one of those things where it's just there, saying that. How are you guys going with your setup of your Navy stuff? So
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
I don't think this helps with speeding that up. I'm gonna test that though, because I actually don't know if that does actually help any with planning speed. Because I think you just need invasion planning speed, so I think we would need somebody, which we do have a general for it. I just didn't place him in charge of that, honestly. I probably should have. Because he has the... Wait. I might be able to give it to you, can I? Yep, Aqua Boy / Girl. And then you have all of the Oregon Power Armor, so let's do Pain Train. Give you those bonuses. And I love how that actually, me giving him Aqua Boy / Girl finished it out. That's actually wonderful. Is our Navy up here? Yes, it is. We have 100% supremacy? We do. Okay. So the moment I start the war against these guys, it should start to pop off. We should instantly get going.
That's a no one.
Yep, we're on our way.
And the fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
Their navy's probably about to come out. Navarro Naval Annex. So I think we should be getting something popping up for that here in a second. But, where is... Okay, here it is. So let's do... That ship repair speed. I want... That's also repair speed. We don't really need the naval yards, actually. We don't need a lot of what this gives us, but it's still kind of cool to get these, though, to be honest. Artillery howitzers. Restore Navarro's defenses. Army organization and stuff. We'll do the Navarro Army Barracks. Okay, so they're about to make a landing over there. How are you guys doing? Oh, are you guys all set up? Okay, you guys are also set up here. So let's declare on you guys. And how is this going? So the Choctaw Nation is almost gone. And the Provisional Republic of Texas is pretty much gone.
This is Enclave Maincom.
Okay, they're still pushing forward. I didn't know if I needed to give them a new attack line or not. Oh god, that kind of just killed my ears. ArcJet Systems. Attempting to recreate the success of the Lock Reed School out west, the president's administration has likewise set up a similar school out east with former ArcJet Systems. Despite the East Coast being nowhere near as civilized or advanced as the West, there has been a surprising number of applicants with both engineering and electrical knowledge, which has made the creation of the school all the easier. Many have noted that aircraft engineering is simpler than the electrical wiring and construction of settlements in the East, something that even our engineers are having issues with grasping. Why is the settlement system so hard? So I actually wonder, because I know they were somebody was making a mod that was London and stuff. Like it was the UK for Fallout 4. I actually want to check that. For some reason, that just popped into my mind. I don't know why, but I actually really want to look at that because I'd like to see if there is actually story about what happened there, or if this was kind of like just like fanfic, like made of what happened to the UK. H&H Tool Companies. To build America back, America needs tools. One of the best products on the market in the pre-war was H&H Tool Company. We were keen to open the company up and distribute as many drills, nail guns, and auto axes as the production lines could put out when we were approached by Mr. House's Securitrons. Apparently, this is his company not only by the fact he bought it out from his estranged half-brother, but by birthright after a small legal battle and what almost erupted into a firefight between his Securitrons and army troops. He's relinquished ownership of the company only after making an odd request to have his half-brother's name redacted or erased entirely. We were too happy to oblige, and already requests are coming in from across the country. Is there anything this guy doesn't own? Wait, we get Securitron's technology? Oh, that's hilarious. Watts Electronics. Private ownership was the cornerstone of America business pre-war, while the Enclave set up much of the infrastructure to power, heat, and cool homes across the wastes. It's become a drain on the administration whose efforts are better suited elsewhere. Today, in an official ceremony, the Department of Infrastructure and Public Works handed over control of much of the nation's power supply to Watts Electronics. While some criticize the privatization of national infrastructure, a Watts spokeswoman has said the company will offset costs through the production and sales of various energy weapons and other electronic devices that, while scarce today, were common in the 2100s. These include laser rifles, electronic lockpicks, and even radios for the Wastelanders to enjoy. Lights are on, America. That's honestly a smart way to subsidize power a little bit. Like, to make power cheaper, have power companies like in manufacturing, like making stuff and selling stuff. That way, you know, power overall to the general person can be subsidized a little bit and made a little cheaper through products that they sell. I like that idea. That's actually cool. Stent security. It's no secret that the gun runners' monopoly has caused concerns amongst several caravan companies. small-time owners, and even some within the army. With the recapture of Seattle and likewise Stent Security, main headquarters and production facility, that ends today by presidential mandate at a ribbon-cutting ceremony in the former Dark Brotherhood city. Stent Security reopened its doors, manufacturing several ballistic weapons, such as the R-95, along with post-war models for the Wastelanders on a budget. While it will take some time to gain the large customer bases as the Gunrunners, the fact they lacked a customer base in the Pacific Northwest and are now forbidden from operating there until 2320 gives the re-startup an edge in competition. Competition is good. So, Stent Security Solution schematics. I'm actually really wanting to see how my naval invasion does here. Fate of Texan Brotherhood. Quite possibly the most successful Brotherhood chapter this side of the Mississippi River, and south of it, the Texas Brotherhood scored an early victory of Addis Army, standing tall in the Texas wasteland and forming the bedrock of the Republic of Texas alongside Lone Star and Austin. With the annexation of Texas back in the United States, the Texas Brotherhood will be celebrated and remembered to the highest ideals and actions of the American Brotherhood, and a fine legacy left by the Brotherhood hero Elder Rhombus. Always ready, always there. Their paladins, knights, and lancers will join the United States. Repcon. The Repcon test site was a research, production, and testing facility for aerospace rocketry, and when Repcon was purchased by Robco Energy Weapons, the location became a landmark of the region, with the prospectors and scavengers picking the facility apart, propping up the local economy. While that worked fine for the locals, it made our refurbishing of the facility just that much harder. Thankfully, every green cloud has a silver lining and a blunder of pre-war corporate maneuvering. Much of the area and its more important research facilities were flooded with radiation. Records show this contamination occurred in 2075, amidst Repcon's negotiations to be acquired by Robco. The upside to this is that the majority of the research laboratories were spared the prospectors and scavengers, who instead picked through the easier, less contaminated sections of the site. This meant we were able to recover numerous prototypes and experiments that the Bright Brotherhood found unsuitable to their own purposes, and following a scrubbing of the fallout, we can employ these sections of the facility to our own purposes. There's one question that remains, however, a combination of the facility's usefulness alongside the repercussions of corporate greed, and the government's hefty investment into the site itself has brought forward a debate. Many are asking whether or not the site should be returned to Repcon to continue its work in the private sector, or if the site should be run by the military. Turn it into the Las Vegas Proving Grounds. So change its name from Repcon Test Site to the Las Vegas Proving Grounds. That wouldn't be very free of us to do. Name will remain the same. I'll give it back to him. Why not? We've already set a precedence for companies coming back anyway. I'm going to set some of these from raiding to help with the invasion. Oh, yes, that's Choctaw Nation. Oh, do they... I'm guessing the other factions have some victory points. I might have to fight over some of this territory here. But since I'm the one who took it and took most of the locations, I should be able to get more points than them? Maybe not. Why can't I demand that? There we go. Okay. For some reason, it wouldn't let me demand it while I was demanding the other stuff. No, I'm not going to take your navy because you are not on the coast. Okay. Now, to deal with these guys. Wait, we can push into here? Huh. Okay, there we go. Which we got to deal with the Cuban faction trying to take a lot of this too. But we have a lot more points than them. Because we took more victory points than them. Okay, perfect. Oh, they actually didn't have a navy. I guess they weren't that far. Oh, so Cuba already had some territory down here is what it was. I see. That's how they were already there. I thought they actually pulled off a naval invasion and everything, dude. Yeah, these guys are finally about gone. Gets land zoning. The glow bugs were defeated. Which means I should have that popping in a second for Peace 1, right? Yep, there it goes. Oh, no, that's the Baja State. Oh, they had a big navy also, apparently. Which I guess I get it. They had a big army, too. They were partnered. They were in a faction with the NCR.
This is Enclave main.
Okay, I need you guys to come down here. Because we'll be taking these guys out pretty soon. Now, let's look at the... Oh, okay, yeah, they had a really decent navy here. Which I'm going to grab somebody new. Because I have that Alaska one. And I think there's actually enough ships to send to Alaska with that. Oh my god, I've got so many more military bases to reincorporate. Oh, here's north to Alaska. So we need 3 capital ships in Kitsap, Pennsylvania. Okay, so we just need them in Kitsap, Pennsylvania. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know where that is. Oh, man. Wait, is that on this side? No, I think we already own that territory then. Huh. Oh. Peninsula. Why did I read that as Pennsylvania? There's not even a vein. Oh my god. Peninsula. Bro. Oh, man. Still, I don't even know where that is. Oh, God, where is that? I'm hoping this will actually show me. It'd have to be on the coast. Huh. I guess this is a forbidden zone. Yeah, I don't know where this is. I'd expect to be like up here or something like that if we're going into Alaska with them. Oh, wait. Kite sailing territory. So is it this then? Let me move them up here. Because that's the glow bugs gone the moment I am paused. Nope. Okay.
Got you. Excellent.
We don't have a port, I believe. We do not have a port. But honestly, yeah, if we keep defending this, we can hit this here. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, they were just eating them alive right here. Dude, the Horrigan power armor. They make the perfect marine force. Oh, we destroyed some of their navy here, too. Which, they have no supply, but they should have a few hours of grace. Nice, perfect. Now we have that, though, so we are A-okay now. Okay, I want you to come down and do that.
And the fucking president's watching us like a hawk.
While the rest of you just goes and takes the rest of the area over. Navarro Army Barracks done. Let's look at doing the Operations Command, because I actually forgot about that a little bit. Because I think that'll actually give us more story, which is what I'm wanting. It seems like the rebuilding of the rest of Navarro just doesn't... It isn't giving us more story, but maybe once we fully finish it, it might. But, yeah, right now it's not. Oh my god, dude.
This is Enclave main comm.
My FPS is also having a very, very rough time of it right now. Now, how does this work with the kudzu? Do we just declare war on it? Oh, I guess so, yeah. We have an annex war goal against it. Does it do anything to us, though? Is something gonna come out at me? Or can I just take it? I don't want to declare war on the Cuban faction until I actually get my navy up over here. Because that'll kind of be a big no-no otherwise. Because I wouldn't be able to do anything because I don't have a navy on this side of the ocean. More war crimes. Punish the troops. Was it the Horrigan power armor? How did anybody hear about this? They're on an island out here. Ain't nobody should have heard about this. We just jam all communications from the island. Perfect. Actually, I wonder. Now that I think about this, could my navy make it to the other side? Okay, just go into port for me. Okay, he's moving up here still.
Why isn't your video feed working?
Okay, I want you guys to probably join the chicken people down here. I'll actually have you do this. I'll have you come here, and then you'll cut across here. And that way, we don't have to have all these troops on these ones. We can just kind of cut that off and then deal with whatever's remnants is left behind there. I know we have another force up here that's not being used, right? Oh, yeah, they're fighting the glow bugs. This looks horrendous. I don't know what happened here, but Jesus. Does that look awful? I thought that said the last Reddit for a second. Oh, it's Glow Cradle. We have Glow Bug, Glow Cradle, Glow whatever. Now, is this... Can we bring in this Brotherhood group or nah? That is the question. I don't think we can. No, okay. So war... War never changes. War is the answer. Okay, I think I have these guys not doing anything, right? Yeah, okay, these guys aren't doing anything right now. I guess come up here and take these guys out. Just kind of clean up every, like, the little bits and bobs everywhere.
Enclave here.
Okay, and they're moving up there, yep.
Why isn't your video feed working?
Our scavengers returned triumphant. What did you guys get? Old World Naval Targeting Systems, which just gives bonus for 180 days to my navy. Which I guess helps somewhat. Okay, let's actually go back to my navy again real quick, like I said. Because I want to see... Okay, I don't think they can make it across this. I was going to see if I can move them over here to help with dealing with the Cuba. Wait, are they actually making it? Wait. I want to see something real quick. Can I actually get you all to move over here? Is that possible? Can they make it through? I guess there's a way for them to get through that I just didn't notice. Nuclear defense operations online. With the tunneler threat over, Ashton Air Force Base in Hopeville has been restored to full working order and are ready to begin operations. We've already identified several nuclear sites across North America, Wasteland, though getting to them will be very difficult. Several areas are guarded by automated sentries that we can't guarantee will answer to our codes, while others are either used as places of worship or incredibly irradiated since the Great War. It would likely be best if we secured these areas with conventional forces first before moving in with dedicated teams to secure them. Doubtful anyone knows how to operate the complex computers needed to launch them, let alone realign their targeting systems. For now, America can rest easy knowing the military is keeping vigilant watch for any nuclear threat. Good. Let's lock these things down. So unlocks decisions to recapture nuclear weapon sites. That's actually awesome. So we can go with the New Monroe Doctrine, which adds liaisons for stuff, which we've already dealt with like all of that, funny enough. Let's go. So we can't link to NORAD yet. Has completed Focus DEFCON. So we need Focus DEFCON to link to NORAD. So then let's do, I guess, early warning system, and then we could probably go, what, over the horizon, shield, because I want to see what this is. The National Reconnaissance Office. So let's go early warning system. Turbo fighter. Okay, so a lot of these guys have made it down here. I'm just waiting for Horgans to come from the north. Let me set you guys to strategic redeployment, too, so you can get down here faster. Research. We're going back into the research for the Doges. Army. Let's get the P-51B PA. That might be better than our XO-1 armor at this point. Okay, we declared war on the kudzu overgrowth. Just get your flamers out, boys. We're cutting through it.
Enclave here.
It's funny that I'm actually using like my largest force for this too. We're cutting through the overgrowth. Okay, these guys are set up in position. Let's declare war on these guys. The Midwestern Brotherhood. These guys are just in position now. We're going to cut through them. Because the nice thing is these guys are surrounding the kudzu. Also. And I only have one side covered over here, but that's fine. They should be able to push through. Oh, crap. I did not realize they were in a faction over here. Huh. Who are you guys again? Hey, tank divisions. Do you guys want to come over here and then kick the crap out of these guys? Because they actually can't go anywhere other than here. Okay, that's not bad then. Yeah, redeploy those tanks. Oh, we're also at war against these guys. Oh, no, we're not. Not yet, at least. They're just in a faction with them. I guess it'll depend here in a minute. I didn't realize how big their faction was. So there's 4 of them all in a faction. So is that why this looks like this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There are a bunch of robots and factions. Huh. Okay. This power armor group, I'm going to have you guys cut off from over there and go over here real quick. And help deal with this front for a second.
Oh, lovely.
While my infantry deals with them. Oh yeah, we're gonna have supply issues going through this kudzu. Nice thing though is we're at least eating the lower part of the Midwestern Brotherhood. Come fly with me. A number of our scientists and engineers were flown out to the Repcon test site. Once it had been firmly secured, they met with the Ghoul of the Bright Brotherhood, who were quick to express their willingness to work with our team, which also itself included several ghouls. In order to expedite the process, the work was split into two. The assembly process fell entirely to ghoul members of the project on account of the intense radioactive contamination in the launch pad. Meanwhile, the development and manufacturing process was done by a more integrated section of the project, solving equations and machining specialty parts. Interestingly, the development section was joined by a human member of the Bright Brotherhood who fully believed himself to be a ghoul. Soon, the work came to its conclusion, and the rockets were ready to be launched. I totally forgot about the guy that thought he was a ghoul. Our teams help ensure that the Bright rockets would arrive at the Great Beyond 13% closer than what their original flight calculations predicted. President Douglas Granite visited the facility to witness firsthand the ghouls' send-off. Bright met with the president and later gave a speech in front of the press about the great journey. He thanked Chris Haverson, the human ghoul President Douglas Granite, and all the members of the Enclave who creator saw fit to bless them with. With his speech concluded, Bright and his flock boarded the rockets. The dome creaked open as Chris began the countdown and launch sequence. Finally, all three rockets blasted off on a trajectory for the far beyond. So long, and thanks for all the fish. While some have questioned why so much time and so many resources were spent to a cult of ghouls into the upper atmosphere, Douglas Granite knows it was the right thing to do, if for no better reason than to learn an immense amount about pre-war rocketry technology firsthand. That's cool, okay.
Enclave here.
Okay, I need you guys to push into this territory with those tanks. Oh, I didn't add those guys. Come down here, please. I thought I did that already, but I didn't.
That's a no one.
Okay, I want some of you just to push these guys out real quick. Apparently the Midwest Brotherhood doesn't have, like, any troops.
Enclave main com.
So,
Enclave here.
I'm actually not going to use these guys for this anymore. You guys are going to join in on this faction hunt over here. And you're going to help take out this faction while they just kind of walk through the Midwest Brotherhood that literally has nothing. The Enclave Fallout. I don't care who the Suex are. That was a national monument, and they destroyed it. Harrison, you got Hopeville on the line. Yes, sir. Missiles will be armed and ready, replied the SecDef. Are you insane, Granite? Came a shout that not a single person had ever heard, let alone to cut Granite off. All eyes in the room turned to Gannon as he stood at the edge of the table, eyes burning. The rage that consumed the room seemed to be sucked right into Gannon as soon as no one had ever heard him yell. You're going to drop nukes on American soil because they blew up a mountain. Oh, yep. Oh, I think they're gone, actually. I don't think they're around anymore. Oh, no, I guess they're the Suex now. Because if you remember a few episodes ago, that one group blew up Mount Rushmore. And I guess they got murked or split up into multiple groups. You don't talk to the president like that, shouted a general, but Gannon had none of it. So shoot me. Go on. Pull out that laser pistol and shoot me. Granite was a little taken aback. Normally he'd be screaming his head off right back, but this was Gannon. Gannon never raised his voice or yelled. This was so out of character for him, it was unsettling. How many more nukes have to go off before we realize that destroying things just ends in more destruction. How many? Answer me, Granite. Granite leaned back in his chair, but managed to get out. I don't know. Look around you, Ganon shouted. Though, not so loud, this nation is destroyed. There are skeletons in the streets of innocent people, and you finally have a chance at turning this nightmare wasteland around, and your first response is just kill people because they blew up a carved rock? Enough with this circle of revenge and killing. Just enough already. End the cycle, please. Nah, I get it. I don't like the destruction of history as a whole, so I get it. Especially my own. See, monuments and historical items all tell a story. And when you destroy monuments and historical items, that story dies with it. And with the death of the story is there's a higher chance of whatever happening in that, whatever happened there's a higher chance of it happening again.
Who the hell is this? The president?
Like they say, there's always a chance of history repeating itself when you forget about history. Early warning system. Forever vigilant. Hey, this is the radar station from Fallout 4. I think this is like the first one they can go after that's like right near you. Forever vigilant. Pre-war, United States had a series of powerful radar arrays positioned around the country that allowed for early warning of incoming Chinese bombers and missiles. It was these very same sites that detected the birds in the air that was relayed to NORAD. While we aren't expecting another dastardly communist attack, we don't know what is beyond our borders. Sea traders from the south tell that of Inca and their war fleets. Then there is the Chicago threat. Lastly, there is no telling what became of Europe. We identified several former sites for reconstruction, and teams are standing by ready to work when needed. Let's get to work. So unlocks decision to repair various phased arrays warning systems across the continent. That's cool, because we did have those traders that said India, I think, was still around. And I think in the Fallout universe, India fell to communism. To China, pretty much. And so India itself went communist after their, China took them over. Oh yeah, here we go. So we can remake all these radar arrays. Or repair them. I say remake. Let's arm some more mini nukes. And actually, my tank division here.
The president?
Oh, I don't have enough command power. Oh, Jesus. I just, breathed weird, and that was like, oh. So, shielded radar sites, which grant static anti-air damage plus 25%. Or over the horizon, which gives us air detection. Let's go over the horizon. Oh, man. I just, died for a second there. Oh. Unoccupied Wasteland. I'm surprised the AI doesn't try to take this as, as much. I feel like that'd be kind of cool if, all of the bordering factions had, in the beginning, had declared war on the Kutsu Overgrowth, and then we're like, hey, we're gonna start taking this. I want one of you to push this way, and then just reconnect that line. This way you can just kind of push through that too. It's funny because they're pushing up this way and then we're just following them. We're legit just following behind them here. Okay, there goes Glow's Cradle. So a lot of them just disappeared and fell, so that's nice. Dude, the Midwest Brotherhood had 0 troops. We have not seen one man nor one machine in the Midwest Brotherhood.
Enclave here.
There's no victory points over here either. They have nothing here. Oh, it's unoccupied. Wait, this is unoccupied wasteland? Was this a faction that was just put in? Oh, this might be just one of the empty factions, actually. That was added in by map filler. Ah, okay. I think that's what it is. So one of the mods that wasn't or still hasn't been updated because of Rust Belt Rising caused that. As much as you guys push north, I could push faster south. Goodbye to your puny little faction. Perfect. So does that mean... No, these guys actually have troops right here. I was like, oh, does that mean these are all filler factions right here? And I'm like, oh, wait, nope. These are not filler factions. But I also don't need...
This is Enclave main con.
At least I don't think I need my entire military fighting these guys. To fight these guys.
Enclave here.
The Suex. I will deal with you in a minute. I want to deal with these smaller guys first. I want to clean up this entire area right here. I love how this... Oh, wait, no, that should disappear. What am I doing? I think that's pretty much, like, last of them other than, like, us going into this area here. Into, like, the Suex and stuff. We might hold this side of the river until next episode. We'll just finish off a lot of this area, and then we'll go fight the chickens down below. The chickens! I'll actually move you guys here to push you guys up this way, then. Okay, are you guys all down here now? No, the Horrigans have not been...
Enclave here.
They are still on the move. These guys had to go from all the way up north to all the way down south. I'm surprised they didn't take convoys all the way down. Okay, this is just an army depot. Yeah, these are just the army depots that we repaired. God, what was I looking at here? Okay, it was this, which we still need. Oh, we need United States Space Administration. Okay. So we still have to go with that. I don't know where that is yet, but it's somewhere. Now that we are further down, or further east, I guess, should I start looking at some of these? I'll take coming home first. It's 5 days. We'll see what coming home does to us. God, I'm thinking about just declaring on them and then waiting for the Horgans to get over here. Let's just start it. Oh, they're in a faction with... Oh, okay, the Honduras people. That's fine. That's fine. We could deal with that. Actually, what do you have under your command? Mostly infantry. So then I'll give you guys Mysterious Stranger. Let's also go with Pain Tranks. I know you do have some infantry units there. And then Local Leader. Perfect. And then you, good sir.
Watching us like a hawk.
I think these are all power armor units, right? Yes, they are. Okay. You will also have Pain Train. Ah, we don't have any more command points. Crap. Command points, it keeps being an issue for us.
The president?
Okay, I need you to stop them from moving right. There we go. So that way we can cut off that northern section. And our first Enclave destroyers are here. Ah. Well. Wait, did these guys... Wait. Did these guys actually make it over here? No, they're still moving. Oh, they can make it across. This actually reaches all the way through. Okay. And that means I should be able to place these destroyers here. Under his command. Okay, air technicians. Yep. Air Force stuff. Air Force bases. Let's look at some more air-based stuff. We're just going to grab the rest of this. Perfect.
Man, the fucking president's watching us.
And then I want my motorized to cut all the way down here. Just to kind of cut this all off here. I also want this infantry to cut these guys off like this. To force them to kind of come back. coming home. We're going east. To say the president hasn't taken risks is an understatement. From Anderson to the NCR Civil War to Caesar and down Mexico Way, the path has been wrought with trials and hardships. Truthfully, some wondered if America was going to come out alive. With those critics silenced, many looking east to the rest of the North American continent, but United States of America endured. Against every threat thrown their way, they came out on top. All that's stopping them is this idea that everything east of Texas is some forbidden zone where crash to desktop and the large swaths of nothing are all that exists. Is this supposed to be a joke? Or crash to desktop? Is that a joke to the mod Rust Belt Rising and stuff that are broken? That's hilarious. Of course, that is all rumor and hearsay. Stories to keep children from misbehaving. That kind of thinking would never gotten the United States of America where it is now. Such defeatist logic is not what made America the country it is today. As President Richardson once said, part of the president's job is to make the tough decisions. So, with the stroke of a pen and the first time agreeing with that wirely little man, the president has authorized a sizable operation to go east and reclaim the nation's rightful capital. Let's go. So, change the popularity of intellectuals 50%. It's the whole reason you got this add-on, right? Okay, that started playing some kind of music, so I had to pause it. So I'm wondering if that's what that actually is. But yeah, okay, so that is the only option we have there. Oh, hey, oh, here it is. Bloomfield Space Center. And then Mission Control. Okay, I think that's actually what gets us what we want over there with that. Okay, Horgans, where are you guys? Okay, you guys are so close down here. You're already almost here. We started the operation without you. But it is what it is.
Enclave here.
Oh, they're about to take that port too, yep. And then we just killed off those guys.
Outstanding.
I want you to push this. So that way, yep, we can cut off those 11. That's a lot of their infantry gone now. Okay, Horgan's here. They are arriving. I do, however, want one of you to go deal with this guy. Okay, while that's happening, let me look at what's going on over here with the kudzu. Oh yeah, dude, their attrition's getting awful in that kudzu. Okay, these guys are all set up. Perfect. Declare war. Oh, they're in a faction too. The live wires. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, we're actually going after both of these groups already anyway. So that's more than okay.
Enclave here.
These guys might fall before this faction even joins them
This is Enclave main
in this fight. Go after their capital there. Oh, they moved across here? That's fine. We have some guys just hanging out here anyway
Enclave here.
that I actually didn't realize weren't currently doing anything.
This is Enclave main
Yeah, they're gone. Okay, they're gone.
Enclave here. Why isn't your video feed working?
Before the rest of their troops can get back to their line, let's take these guys out next. You know, you could have died beside your brothers, but you decided not to join them and help fight for their freedom. So now, I am here for your freedom. I am here to spread freedom and democracy.
Why isn't your video feed working?
Let's just make a push towards Newton.
This is Enclave main com.
Perfect. Nice. And then, oh,
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
it just turned into this here. Oh, okay, there we go. Perfect. And now we're just cutting through all of that kudzu.
Who the hell is this? The
Which is
president?
hilarious, because I could definitely see, like, the South getting overtaken by kudzu, too. Because, I mean, we know that when you guys are talking about that, man. I live in North Carolina, and that stuff is everywhere. It's even more everywhere in South Carolina. It's crazy everywhere in South Carolina. Nice. So, oh wait, that gave us sophisticated tech for something. I should check what it was. By the rocket's red glare, with the liberation of the Bloomfield Space Center, we could use one of the remaining pre-war shuttles to send someone into orbit and reactivate the Eagle Eye orbital platform. Some scientists question whether a one-off propaganda event is worth doing, but this could also let us reactivate the spy satellites the Enclave placed over America before the war. I mean, that's very smart to do. Let's send the courier. Wait, wasn't one of the ghouls an astronaut before the war? Dude, I kind of want to send the courier. I'm not going to lie. That sounds hilarious. But I feel like sending an actual astronaut would be better. What goes up? President Douglas Granite, several hours ago, our astronaut sent up to reactivate Eagle Eye was recovered in the Pacific Ocean off of California coast. Although they are fine, they refused to debrief about what was found on the Eagle Eye, and all records seem to have been wiped. The station itself re-entered Earth's atmosphere and crashed in Northern California a short while ago. But on the plus side, the spy satellites were reactivated. Wait, what was up there? Actually, yeah, really, what was up there? Was that I think that was a DLC before. I don't know if I've actually played that DLC.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
And what game would that have been from?
Enclave here.
Maybe I should have sent the courier. Maybe he would have said what was up there. And then let's do mission control.
Enclave here.
Traders from southern empires. In the decades that followed the Great War, radiation soaked into the great forests and jungles of South America, irradiating the wildlife and poisoning the air. The jungles drink up the radiation. Okay, so we've already read this. Yeah. Okay, so asked to learn how they cultivated their fruits. Oh, this is a different option. I guess the other one gave us some other stuff, though. Expected goods, caps income. That's fine. Yeah, we'll lose some caps income. Oh, we got traders from Hawaii, too. Again, we'll take that. AFN news from the front. Mexico City, taken from the, I think this would be Chichen Itza, but I like calling him Chicken. The Chicken Itza. This is Frank McAllister reporting live from Mexico City. United States of America forces have laid siege to the city, driving the bulk of Itzan forces into defending small hardpoints that are becoming a tough nut to break. A key development in the siege was the Battle of Zocalo Plaza, where Itzan forces turned the plaza into a fortress that repulsed no less than 4 United States America assaults. United States of America reported to using shock and awe from the Air Force to drop over 200,000 pounds of bombs and ordnance, leveling much of the plaza, but breaking the back of the Itzan defenses. Send them back to the Yucatan? White Spring. Oh, yep. Part of our return was predicted on a previous Enclave command nexus at the White Spring bunker in Appalachia. This is from Fallout 76. I was like, I recognize that face straight away. We lost contact with them shortly after the Great War, and we assumed that some calamity befell them, as there were always strange reports coming out of Appalachia. Upon our arrival, we received contact from the bunker's caretaker AI, Modus, who recognized our signals as legitimate. Upon entering the bunker proper, it has been kept in remarkably good condition for its age, though something caught our attention, and there are no bodies. It's as if no one made it to the bunker in time, yet our records clearly indicate several Enclave and regular government members made it there, including the Secretary of Agriculture. Modus has not been very forthcoming with information, claiming damaged data banks coming from various general officers of the Enclave, whose names do not match our records. While Modus claims to be a loyal servant of America, our forces over there are not so sure. We'll continue to investigate, but your call on the AI. Nope. Get events, their fate revealed. So gain stability and adds production of 15 of the, what's that called? I think it's circuitry. And then welcome back Modus, which gets us war support and stability. I'm gonna say nope. I don't know, actually. Let's save this. So I want to welcome him back and see what happens. Because it says their fate's revealed either way. I was hoping it would instantly pop. So the cool thing is, I guess, though we're going through this territory, we're still getting events from areas in the kudzu overgrowth area. Oh yeah, dude, our attrition is getting kind of out of hand, but we're pushing through it. I have these guys over here too that aren't doing anything right now. I could send them south to help with this, but I'd say honestly our forces are doing a good job as is, and that's going to take them a minute to kind of get down there. I can't send them here. If anything, I'll do this. Let's get you guys here, because it's power armor and tanks. And then you guys can kind of push through like this.
Who the hell is this?
I'll just get you ready for an attack here.
Who the hell is this?
And then I'll have you guys attack from the south. Just like that. I should probably have one here in the middle, but that's fine. Okay, just set up. Okay, it's just economic resurgence.
Oh, lovely. Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Okay, I want you to just come kind of deal with this a little bit.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Yeah, these guys are actually cleaning this up.
That's a no one. That's a no one.
Home to the Texan Mutant Army. Camp Mabry was the former headquarters of the Texan Military Department. As such, it was home to quite the number of weapons, material, and anything else that Texans considered was vital to defending the Lone Star State. Part of why Addis sent Keats to secure Austin was Camp Mabry, though that seems to be lost in the current day. The super mutants, being super mutants, thrashed the place, or at least upgraded it to their heart's content with all sort of super mutant paraphernalia. We've since removed these and are actively turning the base to suit our needs, both here in Texas and beyond. Defined super mutant paraphernalia. Meat bags hanging from the ceilings everywhere. That's what we define it as.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Okay, yeah, we're taking them out, so that's pretty good. I thought we had something like territory down there. I was about to be so confused as to how we got territory down there. Pre-war housing. Oh, that finally finished, dude. That's been going for like a year when I took that. I think I took that at the beginning of last episode. Man. They decrypted our ciphers? That's fine.
Why isn't your video feed working?
Oh, wait, we have a lot of these guys, too. Oh, yeah, because this only... I want to say those guys that are there doing that. So I could actually send them to help with this, too.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm.
And that's just to help with plugging any holes for them to try to get through. So I think that's all of them, right? Yeah. No. For some reason, that group didn't plug that entire hole, but that's fine. We'll do it like this. As you can see, all of just the crisscrossing lines everywhere. Oh, it's just naval bases or air bases, forts. Man, we just got a lot of cleanup around here, which our Horgan power armor is doing. These guys are monsters, man. These guys are great.
Enclave here.
They do make really good cleanup crews, that's for sure.
Enclave here. Who the hell is this? The president?
Let's say now take the zone that they're trying to retreat into.
Enclave main com. Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave.
Nice.
Everything's always
Okay, I want you to go
tighter out
clear
here at
that little
Enclave.
piece. Houston, you have a problem. Houston itself, while a massive port city that is vital for both economic expansion and production, held in it the jewel of the USSA, its headquarters. Going in, we expected another derelict ruin, possibly overrun by raiders. In mocking irony, instead, the entire complex was in relative good condition, and the schematics and technologies left over from before the war were still intact. This was thanks in large part that the Houston government body was descended from the USSA and kept the place in order all this time. With Bloomfield in Arizona and now here in Houston, we now have yet more opportunities to explore space around our planet and perhaps even beyond. We have liftoff. This will have more impact in later updates. Because I'm assuming there has to be something to do with aliens at some point. Okay, now with that done, I should be able to take... No? Is that not... Oh, that's not the Space Administration like I thought it was. Okay, that kind of saddens me. I thought that was the Space Administration. Peacekeepers in the sky. I don't think that is what I'm looking for also. Oh, there's NORAD. Okay, so we have to go Strategic Air Command, NORAD, and then there's DEFCON. Okay, so I found that for the other things. So that's really nice.
Everything's always tighter out here at Enclave. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Nice. We're cleaning these guys up pretty well too.
That's a no one.
Now take out whatever's left of all these guys here and then return to your front. Medium air attackers. We finished Death Claws. Let's go with the monoplanes. And then let's go to creatures. Because now we could take, what? Death Claw, recovery rate, armor, soft attack, piercing. Let's go soft attack, piercing. And now I want to look at this, because young Death Claws can be swapped out for Death Claws. Oh my god, we made 13, almost 14,000 of them with 150 factories. Oh my god. Okay. For some reason, I can't add Death Claws to these units as support units. I am honestly a little sad, unless they're in here like the slant tier cavalry, but they are not. Oh, this is a super mutant division. Did I make this? Yeah, I did actually make this, yeah. I was like, huh? And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. So can I not use the super mutants then? Let me look at one of these guys. It just doesn't really have anything. Because maybe I had something else selected that made it to where I couldn't select them. No? Unless it's the recon. No, it's not the recon. Then anti-tank? No, it's not anti-tank either. Yeah, I don't know how to put those guys into my military. I'm a little sad. I want support Deathclaw units.
This is Enclave main com.
Give me support Deathclaw units. Okay, I think these guys are all in port, right? Yep, okay, they're all in port. Good. Because I want to start convoy raiding all of this, especially once we get more ports. Oh, I didn't even click Cuba. For some reason, it chose Cuba on its own. And then we have a lot of our extra Enclave units here, which I'm going to throw. For some reason, I can't throw them in with these guys. Is it because they're not in port anymore? Oh, they're probably fighting. That's why. Yeah, because we are fighting their navy. Which we're demolishing their navy. Their fate revealed. After further investigation into the bunker, we've discovered what happened to the Appalachian Enclave. Secretary Erickson went mad with power, declared himself president, and wanted to use the now defunct nearby nuclear missile silos of the Appalachian automated launch system to continue the war against China. While this wasn't uncommon at the time, especially following the nuclear bombing of America, the self-styled President Eric killed off anyone who stood in his way, including fellow members of the Enclave. During his tenure, he released a plague upon West Virginia, terrorized the local populace, somehow did battle with Brotherhood of Steel members, and all this accumulated in a coup led by General Santiago of the U.S. Army. No, not the one from Montana, but they do look a lot alike. She managed to overthrow him, but her decision to destroy Modius caused it to kill all inside, and then proceeded to lock down the bunker. Oh, so if I wanted to tear up the bunker, would that have happened to me too? Dooming all survivors. Cleaning up the bodies afterwards, Modus operated on his own accord for the next 2 centuries until we arrived. While Modus is yet another cautionary tale, the idea of Eckhart killing off everyone who opposed him seemed repugnant. Until we thought back to how many purists we put down or disappeared back in 2275, anything to be tolerant and inclusive, I guess. I mean, I didn't kill anybody off. I tried to take them in. Take solace that I'm not that crazy. So do any of our AI actually follow the 3 laws of robotics? Judging from your faces, no. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, that's funny. I love it. You love to see it.
Enclave here.
Okay, Horgan, I want you to actually now join up with their main line. Since all that's done. Okay, they're pushing into that little territory there. Dude, our navy is absolutely destroying out here. And it's not even my upgraded navy. Like, I have 3 upgraded destroyers in here. Okay, yeah, a lot of my navy's taking damage, actually. I see that now. But, I mean, they're not dying. That's a good thing. Let's get NORAD going. I wanted to fight Navy v Navy, so this is actually pretty great. Cyber dogs. We might actually be adding cyber dogs, now that I think about it, because, if I can't have death claws, I guess I'll have to have cyber dogs. Get dog meat out here. For the most part, man, we have just absolutely sunk their navy. Oh, we have a lot of civs up. Let me go and, 1, do these. 2, construct more power grids everywhere. Which, yeah, that little civilian, like the little thing disappeared up there, so that's great. Okay, let's spend this money. Let's stimulate some economies. And we're good to go. Oh yeah, dude, we're just catching their navy everywhere. They're trying to protect their convoys. As you can just see, the massive amount of just U.S. troops just cutting through the kudzu overgrowth over here. I actually like this. It's kind of cool. I like the idea of this. That the whole South was just like, hey, the mutated kudzu's getting a little overgrown, and then it just takes over all of this area. NORAD. Cheyenne Mountain Complex NORAD. Our return to Colorado is another stepping stone in our reclamation of America. However, in the mountains outside Colorado Springs lay the cornerstone of our national defense network, the North American Aerospace Defense Compound, NORAD. It was here that the Air Force watched vigilantly against any would-be Chinese attack and coordinated accordingly. It was also here that we laid the plans for its reclamation of America with the calculator. Now, we're returned, and one of the first things we noticed was the fact that the door to the facility had been blown off, and there are still remnants of battle between strange robots and the Brotherhood of Steel. We won't know exactly what happened until we get the base back up and running. Get that place back up and running. So, decisions to restore NORAD. So that's cool. Let's repair some more Hoover Dam. It's funny because in this case of doing all this, man, Hoover Dam would just be like just an afterthought at this point. It's like, oh, Hoover Dam? Yeah, repairing NORAD's front door. I love that we have to spend 100 PP to repair NORAD's front door. That is hilarious. Could you guys keep moving, please? Like, the middle section shouldn't be outrunning you down here. Are there no straights right here? I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for them to actually get across here until we take out these people. And then we can take out that little bit of overgrowth. Oh, yeah, that was NORAD. So DEFCON. No, okay, so we have to wait on NORAD to get restored before we can do DEFCON. Huh. Let's go naval officers. That way we can take Dreadnought next after that while we restore NORAD. And then we'll grab vacuum sealing, and then we'll grab this training time actually right here. Even though we haven't been training troops for a minute. Oh, they're falling rather quickly now. I guess most of our troops got concentrated, so it made it easier for us to make pushes. Oh, reaching for the stars. Okay, let me look at that here in a second once I choose a research. Because we also haven't been researching this, like, at all. Reaching for the stars. President Douglas Granite, there's a Securitron outside your door, and it's got Mr. House's picture on it. Not the cowboy, Mr. House himself. Seems he wants to speak to you about something important. It's in regards to the reinstated Space Administration. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Well, this is a first. He shall appear. I'll give him an audience. So, offer of the century. Offer of the century. Mr. President, while I typically loathe working with governments of any kind. Oh, God, okay. I was like, oh, I can let that go for a second. Nope. You have proven resourceful beyond even my means. In just a few short years, you have done what the NCR only dreamed of. The Legion failed to realize the Brotherhood could never achieve, and more than even I have in 200 years. For that, you have my respect. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important undertaking of on Earth, to shake the bonds of this planet and spread out amongst the stars. What I thought would take me 50 years could be achieved in a few months. In a few years, we could even have a lunar colony. In a decade, a Martian colony. American colony ships searching for new frontiers. You have Bloomfield, and I have Repcon Aerospace. What I'm offering America is a future among the stars. All right, restart the Space Administration. Half the continent is still tribal. Let's do it. So, Space Mechanic. Fourth wall break here. This is just a test run of this whole space thing as I try and develop it further. At its core, it's a scavenging mechanic, reverse engineered, but won't be adding anything aside a few events. It's more or less a fun little thing I ended up making to see what I could do. I want to expand on it, but for now, it's a series of decisions and events all linked together. Nothing too fancy yet. I'll get there eventually. So enjoy for now. The Delta X. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. I like that he did this. It seems Mr. House has not been idle despite losing his rockets at Repcon. He has brought forth designs for the Delta X, an upgrade to our pre-war Delta IX rocket/ICBM. The new model comes with a larger crew module better engines and safety features, and a suite of electronics and systems that far outclass its predecessor. Furthermore, it can all be constructed quite easily using the post-war industrial techniques, which Mr. House lacks, but we do not. We can begin production immediately. He came prepared, I see.
And the fucking president's watching us like a hawk. Enclave here.
Oh man, okay, I want you guys to use super nukes, mega nukes. I want you guys to force attack. And I think that's all my command points, yep. I want to take these guys out within the next few minutes. Economic resurgence. Naval officers finished. And now let's take Dreadnought.
Enclave here.
Good sir. Can you not push out that way? Please and thank you. Monoplane attacker. Let's go strategic bomber. Out of the rubble, so we got a new city. Power surge detected, which there's a power surge. That means... Oh, wait. Prepare Delta X rocket. Let's do that. That sounds awesome. Let's restore another city here. Okay, here we go. That's a solar plant. I saw water on one of these. Oh, it's that one, but we can't take it right now. Oh, actually, yeah, electronics right there. Let's take that. We get circuitry and stuff back. How's our Navy doing? Phenomenal. We're gonna have a lot of naval invasions throughout this area once this all kicks off. Oh my god, dude. We're almost there. We have almost finally reached our goal. Dude, I love the massive just United States of America now. Oh my god, dude, that is crazy. Oh, I love it, though. I love it so much. Okay, this is all good to go research-wise. I think that's pretty much all done. God, we just need... Oh, wait. We're in the sophisticated now for the Air Force, which means we can get nuclear jet fighters and stuff for us. Dreadnought finished. Perfect. That's Air Mobility Command. Let's reform the army. I swear to God, if this starts playing the song in the army, I'm gonna freak. The amount I heard that song when I was in the army. Dude. I swear to God, if it starts playing in the army, oh my God, we're gonna have issues.
The fucking president's watching us like a hawk. Who the hell is this? The president?
Why are y'all coming over here? There's 36 of you coming for this little area. That's fine. I mean, we got them anyway. They're gone. Return to your front line once you're done. Oh, this is a robotic fortress? Situated south of Dunning. This one will read, because I kind of like the idea of the robotics fortress. Situated south of Dunning, Dunning, Nebraska, laid the Reclamation Army Depot created in 2037. Reclamation served as a robotics depot for the Army, primarily stockpiling heavy robots, Protectrons, and Mr. Gutsies. It had the sole discretion of being the only robotics army depot in the whole of the United States. That was, at least, until the blue flu and new plague swept through. There's actually a mod that does something with the blue flu. There's a few mods I wish I did add also, but I just didn't find, because they just were like pages and pages far behind. And so many mods, like sub-mods that I was looking at, hadn't been updated since like 2022 or 2023, so I just was like, they're just not going to work. Leading the army to pull out personnel instead of leaving the depot, to the throes of the time, the army left the base in charge of experimental robots which had the ability to act as officers over other robots at the base. Oh, is this like what we see in Fallout 76? In the aftermath of the... In the aftermath of the Great War, Reclamation came under the control of General H-47, a robot who had been programmed to be an officer in charge of the installation, although back then it was given the rank of corporal to ensure it would be below any human personnel. It used the depot's stockpile of robots to try and put the plague lands back under federal control. To little success under our arrival, the self-proclaimed general thankfully accepted our codes, which verified us as the federal government, allowing us to retake control over any lands he controlled. With the depot back in American hands, again, we have restored Reclamation Army Depot back to the active service with the help of the robots on site, once more giving the robotic corps their own depot to work with. The troops better not complain here, too, like at... I don't know how to say that. Okay. I am actually going to end the episode here. I wish I would have been able to take out the chicken people at the moment, but it hasn't happened yet. We'll read this in the next episode and stuff, because the nice thing about Hoi4, you could save on events. If you guys like the series, or if you're new here, consider liking, subscribing, and or commenting on the video. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. I think at the making of this video, we were like 140 subscribers away from 10,000. This has been a lot of fun. We're getting there though. We are so close to pretty much finishing this out. The only thing that might give us issues is fighting in like Cuba and those small islands, but we are getting a really good navy up, so that should be kind of fun. I might leave that for later, or I could just do it while we're still cutting through like kudzu, like next episode, since my navy is actually over here. I don't have to rebuild my entire navy. But we do need more ports, so we do need to move into Florida, so that, or actually, once we take Chichen Itza down there, we'll have ports close enough to where we can actually be in range with our entire navy of at least most of Cuba, to where we can at least get some Marines on land. But, you know, I hope you guys did enjoy. Night Up's out.